Welcome back to the Resupply with me, Guy Next Door,
and me, DK,
bringing you your weekly double tap of all things Space Marines and Laser Force. This week, as it seemed to go last year, we say, oh, we've got a special guest.
All our guests are special, baby.
But is it special when you have guests on currently? I know that this guy is especially special, but we'll get to that in a second. DK, do you want to give us a quick rundown of what's happening this year?
Oh, for God's sake, you guys have all heard all the podcasts already. You know when National is supposed to be. Get your asses there.
Buy a ticket.
It's July 22nd through 26th in Clinton Township, Michigan. Entry fee is $150. So come play some laser tag. Yeah,
come down and see us and school us in the ways of the tag. All right, well, we'll get on to it. We'll bring in the man himself, who quickly has become one of my favorite people on the scene, even though we've only actually met in the flesh for 1 week 2 years ago.
and there's less flesh than there used to be, too.
Exactly. Actually, I might have to get his training secrets. But let's welcome to the pod, my man, Wolfman. How's it going, bro?
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, I'm great. How's everybody else doing?
Super duper. Always super duper. Yeah. As DK said, you've lost some poundage, right?
Yeah. Started my diet in, I would say, August of last year, and from then I have lost 80 pounds.
Holy shit, dude! That's insane.
Yes. I am very small.
What's your secret? Like just eating oxygen and water?
Yeah, just water and like heavy breathing and just wishing it away. It's
excellent.
It's the biggest part.
That's how thin skinny. It's all the heavy breathing.
Yeah. No, I really just I switched up my diet. I dropped a lot of unnecessary things such as pop and alcohol.
Yeah.
And I'm just doing a lot of running in the gym, and that's basically what I did.
So do you do
go to the gym after this?
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
How long do you run for when you go to the gym?
Well, I started out jogging / walking for about an hour.
Yeah.
Every time I went, and then it has slowly gone down to like 30 minutes, and I'm working more on like weight stuff now.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, no, I would burn probably around 1,300 calories while I was at the gym, and that's not even the stuff that I walked off at work. So I mean, combined with my diet, just did it.
I guess if you're starting from I went through a similar thing, not quite to the same extent as you, but if you're starting from where you are overweight, that initial poundage comes off pretty quickly, right? Is that what you had, or?
Yeah, no. Once I figured out what was working, every day I would just weigh myself, and it was just slowly leaving my body.
That's such a good feeling, dude.
Like bad fireball after a nationals tournament.
The purge.
I don't know what you're possibly referencing right now.
So, how many days a week do you go to the gym?
I try to go every day when I can, but last week I was very bad. I only went twice, but I'll normally so we play tag on Monday. I won't go on Monday, and then I'll have a rest day on Tuesday, and then I try to go every other day of the week. So
that's awesome, dude. I've seen a couple of pics. I assume that you didn't really put too many pics up during your journey. Because all of a sudden I was like, where's the rest of Wolfman gone?
Yeah, I started posting pictures towards the end.
Yeah.
And, just to show everybody, it's like, look how fat I was, and now look how small I am.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's a small boy.
Little boy. I have to be really fast and get to really tiny, out of reach places. So.
Bro, so the one thing when I dropped I dropped about 20 kg before last year's nationals, and it took me 3 months to do it. I dropped it pretty quickly, and that's 20 kg, about 45 pounds.
Damn, dude.
And
yeah, about 45.
Yeah, and Brisbane is one of the hardest arenas to play in as it is, but when you're an overweight dude, holy shit, it's insane. So
The death stairs are extra death.
Oh man, you just basically just dragging a carcass around an arena.
I heard Rusty put a weight limit on his team this year. I don't know how true that is, but
I guarantee you, Fredo's already violated
it. Yeah, he would have raised one giant ginger middle finger to that one. But yeah, like I don't know if have you played a tournament since you sort of dropped the weight, or?
Yeah, I played random draw in Syracuse. I weighed 185 when I went there, right. And man, I feel like it's the best it's the best I've ever played since. I feel like so I did pretty well. Our team came in second.
Yeah,
with some technicalities, but second place is second place. But I flew through that arena. It was insane.
It's so good. Like when you're a certain way for so long, and then by making some lifestyle changes, the difference is it feels so good. So that's awesome, bro. Like stoked for you that you managed to do it. I guess the next thing
congrats,
is
man.
to
that's great.
Keep it up, right?
Yeah, I mean that's what I've been doing. I'm where I want to be right now. I'm around 180, so I'm maintaining that right now. It's not as hard as you think.
Yeah,
it's watching your weight. You can eat a little bit more than of the stuff that you were not eating, and you feel overall a lot better because you're not like restricting yourself to what you were eating before. But
you're no longer like pre-diabetic or.
Oh yeah, no, I can feel my feet, so it's good.
This is why we only do Fireball once a year, kids.
Well, look, so I guess the natural progression from here, bringing it back to being Laser Force centric, I guess this is all part of your Nats prep, right? Like.
Yes, I mean, I just I went to the doctor like earlier last year, and I'm like, damn, I'm fat, and I'm like, how am I gonna just play well in nationals if I like weigh that much? So my whole mindset was getting healthy and then being able to play better, and it has naturally helped my game a lot.
Yeah,
and I'm hoping that a lot of people can see that.
So I guess what else are you guys kind of be doing to prep for this Nats? Because I guess like taking advantage of having it in your backyard, like I guess you do everything you can to like maximize that, right?
Yeah, I mean it's coming with some mental challenges. We're defending in our home arena against the Australians for the first time, and it's really stressful, high stakes. We have a lot riding on this, so we're just trying to do our best in terms of our play style, what strategies we're utilizing, and just what's the best way to beat those kangaroo fucks back to where they came from. No offense, fucks. Rusty, I love you.
Well, technically he's a Kiwi, so.
Whatever.
So since you guys are all skinny and mobile now, that means that we will not see any walling during the tournament, right? No walls, 100% outlawed.
Oh yeah, no walls at all.
Are you guys? Sorry, you go.
Oh no, I was just gonna say. I mean, we've been trying to utilize different play strategies when going up against our B team in order to, give us some sort of, not necessarily edge, but complications during the game, so that it's a lot harder for us because sometimes games can go just like super easy and. It doesn't really help us practice much, but when we give us that handicap, then it really, makes us think about different things that could happen, come the tournament.
How, are the B team guys pushing you guys at all?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I mean, I don't want to knock our B team at all because I really feel like there's a big handful of skilled players on that team in, terms of like Jerbear, Terrell, Shayla. They've all come like a really long way. I know Jerber has been on my teams before, and I'm like really looking forward to seeing him shine in this tournament. But they've got a lot of I don't even know how to say this. Strategic roadblocks to get through before they can really succeed. But I believe in them. Like I really do.
Yeah.
Jerry Bear also on my shit list for being one of the many people who has nuke over nuked me in a tournament. Not that that's a short list, but
DK, there's an easy way to do that, and it's to stop being bad. So
yeah, it's called not playing Commander anymore. So fuck that noise.
Yeah, you got to try and get over some of your strategic roadblocks. So I guess how do you find that your guys' progression is coming as the A team?
Being the newest person on the A team, it's very stressful. I'm doing my best to try to acclimate to what this team that Josh has cultivated over the years. I mean, all of them have played with each other at one point or another, and just integrating myself into that has been, I wouldn't say like a big struggle. But, as the new man, I'm trying to like find my place and see, what I can do to help the team excel. And, yeah, I mean, it's a new experience for me.
I suppose a lot of those guys play pretty quick, right? They, like Josh especially seems
so
to be
fast.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Josh is a god in our arena. It's crazy.
Well, and 5 out of those 7 guys and they were the same that were on A squad in 2013. And they pretty much mopped the floor with everybody that year. We put up a good fight in a couple of games, but they waxed us pretty good in finals, so they're definitely going to be tough.
Yeah, it's the same team swapping out Pint Size for Super Mario Bros, who is Juan. And then obviously then there's me as the 7th man.
Oh, you guys
which is something
7?
New. Yeah.
Oh,
7 people.
Right on.
For when Disco inevitably blows his knee out.
Look, it's not just Disco, man. This whole team is prone to injuries. So knock on wood that anything happens. But I mean, it's good to have a 7th person, especially in the event like, oh, who are we going to take as a sub? Like, does anyone actually equate to, the person that we're swapping in for? And it's just good to roster that 7th person because then, you don't have to worry about that.
I think we've been saying that like 3 weeks in a row now, right, Steve?
Yeah, for sure. I was just gonna say, we really could have used a sub in Sacramento.
Well, you got a melon instead.
Yeah, exactly right. He was great too. But even last year, with Monkey Crap blowing his hip out like an old timer, having someone there to take some pressure off him because he basically he crippled himself after that week, and I think he had to go on for you know what? I'm gonna perpetuate some fake news. He went in for physical therapy for 3 weeks. So,
and
bring a 7th if you can.
That's rough, yeah. Bring a 7th, or like Sergeant Tucker, bring in 10 or 12 people.
Deep dive into all 15 of them.
I want full bios on all the Detroit players this week, so let's go ahead and settle in for that.
All right, everybody, kick back, relax. You're about to get some history lessons.
I guess how many nationals have you played?
This will be my legitimate 3rd.
Yeah.
I was a special guest appearance in the 2016 Nats that never happened. I played with Redneck Tech's bunch for a few games while they needed a sub because one of their players had to leave early because he was with a group of people that
that had to leave
early.
We're
not welcome on the premises.
But yes. Yeah, I participated in 2013, which was in my home site. It was one of my first tournaments. I mean, it was my first tournament ever. I only started playing in 2012.
Right.
And then after that, I went to Syracuse in 2014 for an East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
It all blends together.
Yeah.
And then we had East Coast in 2015 at our site again.
Yeah.
And then we had, I think it was Nationals 2017 was the next tournament, and I played after that. I was in Sacramento. And then the 2 random draw tournaments. So the one at our site and then the one in Syracuse, and then this upcoming Nationals.
I mean, you've got a few competitions now under your belt, right? So
yeah, a few.
I guess the way that the week runs, I guess, is not overly new to you. You kind of, know what to expect and have a good understanding of how the tournament runs.
Yep, long unorganized hours where I come home and my wife is mad at me.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah,
we're finding a way to maybe make the hours a little bit more organized and not quite as long. There's been quite the discussion about that this week.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's a Laser Force tournament. We're all kumbayaing together, and it's all okay. And we're all cranky by the end.
Sure, we're all kumbayaing together.
I mean, on that note, though, I was bringing this up with the other captains the other day. I honestly think one of the best things that we did in Brisbane last year was that day where we decided to take, well, it was going to be an hour, turned into like 2.5 hours, was go out to lunch and just all kind of hang out, chill out away from the tournament, and kind of recharge our batteries because people were getting a little bit frayed.
Yeah.
So I think if we can do something like that again this year, toward the middle of the week, that would be a really good thing.
Yeah, I saw the pictures of that. I made a lot of memes out of it that year.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
It was
for the meme-worthy material.
Quick PSA, as going along with the Kraken and Nimitz, I am also an admin of the Space Marines Memes for Life Critical Teens group. If you want some spicy memes, you want to send in some meme material, I am always open.
There was some absolute gold that's come out of the last two nationals.
and it's mostly all Grak. You know, she's the meme lord.
She's a genius.
I try to ride her coattails and whatnot, but she's the funny one.
Hit your star.
Straight up savage, too. Good lord.
Oh, man. She actually had a meme taken down.
Oh, really?
It's sad. Oh, yeah. We can't talk about that here.
Was that from Sacramento?
No.
No, it was from another tournament that almost didn't happen.
I mean, it must have been pretty savage to get taken down because I've seen some of the stuff that she posts.
Oh, it's legendary. It's just legendary. If you had the ability to see it, then you're just a better person for it.
Well, you might have to send me something after the pod.
Oh yeah,
that'll be an off-air conversation.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, so I think, it sounds to me like you'll be pretty confident with like going into this tournament, especially, like I haven't had the pleasure of playing half of your team. I think I've only really played you and Josh. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what you boys can do in your own arena. It's going to be gnarly, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very confident in my team's ability to succeed. We have a lot of different teams to, cycle through this year, and I'm looking forward to the competition overall. It's good to see everybody. It's good to see what everyone can do coming into our arena, having to play us, having to play the Australians. It's just going to be very interesting.
Yeah,
and I'm looking forward to it.
It's a trippy thing to kind of think about. Like, you all gather for a week to play a kids game against like people from all across the globe. But it's a pretty awesome thing actually when you sort of think about it, and that again I've waxed poetic about it a few times, but the friendships that you make from people with people from all over the globe, really, it's been pretty sweet to be a part of all these years.
Yeah, I mean, I tell a lot of people that I work with about what I do for hobbies, and laser tag always comes up, and Space Marines always comes up, and they're like, "Wow, you play like laser tag in tournaments and stuff?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's pretty sweet." And then I tell them about the game and all the people that I've met and how like widespread it is across the globe, and it just blows people's minds sometimes.
Oh, I love that. I used to play that when I was a kid. And you're like, yeah, fuck you, man.
Yeah, the biggest one I get, because there is it used to be a laser quest down the road from where our site is, and anytime I'll bring up our site, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, like that's the laser quest next to the target, right?" And I'm like, "No, it's not. It's different.
That's a different game."
Boo, laser quest. Boo.
Boo. What do you say, DK?
It was not Laser Force, just masturbation.
There you go.
Which, I mean, can be fun, but it's not a game, folks.
Right.
There's a certain nuance when you have anyway.
Yeah. So, sorry to the other Justin out there. Sorry, Hot Dice.
Yeah, sorry, Hot Dice. We love you though.
Actually, is he coming? Is he going to come down?
I mean, if he doesn't, he is basically dead to me. So
I thought about hitting him up.
Heard it here first.
And tell him to come be our 7th on the Kiwi team.
Yeah, buy a ticket, kid.
Yeah, buddy, come see us. I actually haven't met him yet. It'd be kind of nice to actually meet him. Had a conversation on a previous podcast, I think last year.
Oh yeah, all of us Justins are just great.
and shit on these.
The Canadian one.
Well, is he just like you but more polite?
I mean, yeah, basically, I think so.
Right. All right. Well, so look, the other reason we wanted to talk to you was it's something that got me very hot and bothered when you sent me the picture.
Ooh.
Oh dear Lord.
Because it's something that I've like thought.
Explicit tag. Here we come.
I like it's something that I've kind of wanted to have for any particular reason whatsoever, but like. Laser Force seems like as good a reason as any, but do you want to give the folks at home some insight into what we're talking about?
Well, so I've always thought of this tournament as something big to be, achieved. We always talk about winning titles, but we don't ever actually have a physical one outside of, trophies or medals. So I thought, we're totally better than professional wrestling and boxing, and why don't we have a big ass belt that we can parade around every year?
Hell yes.
So I took it upon myself to create a Laser Force Space Marines World Championship title belt.
Awesome.
That will be unveiled. I mean, everyone's already seen it, but will be physically unveiled at the tournament. And I feel that, it'll be a good thing that we can start doing, a good tradition to, take this belt, with whoever wins it to their site, have something to display that, something that they're proud of. We went out of our way and we spent a lot of money and, I want something to wear around my waist.
It's
right, man.
It's so awesome. Like when you sent me the picture, my jaw hit the floor, man. It's so cool. Like, is it like engraved and shit?
So it's laser etched. So the company that I went through is called Undisputed Belts, and they do a lot of fantasy, like football, like sporting event trophies. And one of their main staples is title belts, and you can just give them any picture you want, and they'll put it in the sections for in the spaces that you want, and then they'll send you back a proof, and they won't actually send it to production until it's what you want.
Right.
And so I had to send it back like a couple times because it looked kind of weird. But I think it turned out all right. Maybe you should just edit a giant picture of it into this.
Yeah, I think
so everyone can see it.
I'll put a couple up, like just for those who only listen to the audio. What's etched on the sides?
So you have on the 4 side plates, you have the ammo, heavy, medic, and scout logos from Space Marines. And then in the middle, so it looked really weird when I first made it because I'm like, where can I put the commander logo where it'll make sense? And the answer was nowhere. So I made a bigger background, like the background part of the commander logo, but instead of the actual C, I put the Laser Force logo there.
Right.
So, we have something that's like representative of a company, that we're, playing the system on, and, it meant a lot more. And then, on the top it says Laser Force Internationals, and on the bottom it says Space Marines Tournament Championship or Champion or something. Look at the photo. I don't remember.
We'll get that edited in, just like we had the roller coaster video from a couple weeks ago.
Ooh, better yet, you should just play the roller coaster video again, except edit the belt onto DK's face instead.
Please do. Nobody wants to see that.
I think that goes beyond my editing skills. I might have to send that out to a third party.
Yes, I'll outsource that. We'll get it done.
I'm looking at Marco from Loveland. That dude, he's a wizard. Oh, I can't wait to actually see it in the flesh. Like, it's gonna be dope. We talked about the potential for putting the back kind of plate on there. Is that...
Yeah, so you can. I mean, it has a lot of space for like improvements. So whether I'd have to send it back to the company or something that I could just go down to a trophy store and do, but like we were talking about, we could have like the team who wins that year etched on the back, so that we have like a running log of who's won the belt. So yeah, I mean the idea is whoever wins the belt will bring it back to their site, and then they either have to bring it to the next nationals or mail it or something, so that it always gets to where it needs to go. And it's just one of those running traditions that we can start doing.
Being able to put the like the running log of the teams on the back would be pretty dope. Because you get that with sort of most major competition trophies and stuff. Like, it's a good sort of history.
It's like our Stanley Cup.
What's that?
And next year for Auckland, you're making an Infinity Gauntlet, right, Steve?
That's right. Yeah.
Dope.
Hashtag no spoilers.
Don't spoil the end game, kids.
Don't spoil the end game.
Confession: I have not even seen it yet. I'm a bad.
Oh, that's not good. I'm going again tomorrow actually to go watch it again on IMAX screen. Should be good. So what I thought might bear mentioning actually is whilst we haven't traditionally had something that's passed from tournament to tournament, last year we had a trophy donated by Angel out of Brisbane. But I can't remember what it was for. Do you remember what that trophy is for, DK?
I think that was also going to be a traveling commemorative type plaque, but I don't see any reason why we couldn't have multiple awards that travel from site to site to have a belt for the winning players to kind of pass around, but then a plaque that can stay permanently out of sight.
Yeah. Exactly right. Plus, like both look pretty dope. So yeah, like the more awards, the better.
Right.
I want a trophy. Damn
keep the train rolling.
So has it arrived yet? Have you got it in your?
Oh yeah, it's sitting at our site right now.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't want to keep it at home because I'd just do wrestling moves with it or whatever.
Yeah, just walk around.
Is that what we're calling it now? Okay.
Yeah. Look at yourself in the mirror whilst wearing it.
And nothing else.
Yeah, nothing else. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to look at somebody else wearing it.
Don't say that.
Look, in all honesty, I would be surprised if it wasn't you guys versus Brisbane in the finals. Just on the on the fact that it's your guys' home site. Both teams are incredibly talented. It's hard to, given Brisbane's track record, it's hard to kind of pip them as not the favorites. So
it's hard to pick against them, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, and obviously I have team bias. I really feel that my team can get there. Josh is just a great captain, and we have a lot of skilled players on our team, and they've all shown their mettle over the years. And I really think that if there's anywhere we're gonna stand our ground, it's gonna be at our own site. And I really think we can do that. I mean, I'm really looking forward to the competition everybody brings, but I mean, after 2017, not obviously me and Josh didn't have like the greatest team in the world to bring to Sacramento and to play against the Australians, and that was my first experience. But I really feel like this go around we're gonna be able to show our stuff and give them a good fight.
Given the team composition of both your team and Brisbane, I think you guys have as good a chance as any home site of knocking them off. I would say you guys probably have a better chance than we did in 2017, just given the relative strength of both teams. And we came close, so you guys can maybe get over the top.
Yeah, we're not taking our pants off though, so I mean.
Well, you're for sure gonna lose then. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean probably. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, I mean, we'll bring it on. Like we're gonna do our best.
Well, I mean, that seems about as good a place as any to kind of leave it for this week. Unless either one of you has anything else you wanted to kind of touch on.
Well, I just have one more thing that we need to clarify about the belt. So, Justin, one thing I'd like you to do next time you're around the belt is just kind of polish that thing up, turn that son of a bitch sideways, and stick it straight up your rooting candy ass.
I mean, the gravitas was right on point, my friend. You nailed it.
Oh, this man is chock full of them.
All right, well, man, thanks, bro, for like hanging out and having a chat with us.
Hey, no problem.
I can't wait to see you, man. It's been too long. I mean,
yeah, man, I'm looking forward to see everybody.
Yeah,
especially you, baby.
Hell yeah.
Baby.
Baby.
All right, well, for this week, I have been Guy Next Door,
and I've been DK.
Always remember to backtrack, kids. We'll see you next week.